Welcome back to my channel. How are you doing? How are ya? Basically, I have 1 week left until we leave England for our 6 weeks of travels, and when we return back from our travels, we immediately move back to Southern California. So basically by the end of this week, we have to be moved out of our apartment, sold our car, packed for our travels, packed everything else for California. Literally, it's crazy, but I need to color my hair, full stop, but I need to color my hair before our trip. And we leave next week, and normally I would color it a bit closer to our leaving date, but I wanted to film it for you guys. I want to color my extensions, and I kind of just am doing a new color today, so I wanted to make sure I left enough time to do it and properly like film it for you guys and not feel super stressed doing it like the day before and then not even filming it, and then that would just be a bummer. So from here until we get back, it'll be about 7 weeks, and I went about 7 weeks this time, and that's how much my hair has grown in about 7 weeks, so it's really not too bad. My only thing is, obviously with traveling and coloring your hair fresh, my color might fade more than it does normally just because I'll be, you know, swimming more. Either way, I want fresh hair for my trip, and I'm super excited because today we're changing up my color. I, over the summer, have been coloring my hair like a brighter, lighter auburn copper. Obviously this is incredibly faded because it's been 7 weeks. And I was adding copper concentrate into my color and just have been lighter generally over the summer, which I think is so fun for the summer. Today we are going to be going a darker auburn. I'm going to put pictures on the screen of my inspiration photos. So every autumn, winter time, I always go darker. So last year I was a lot darker, and really I just achieved going darker by just using 757 by Schwarzkopf Igora Royal Permanent Color without any copper concentrate. I usually use 10 volume, and it generally creates a color that's a lot darker. I can insert photos as well right here of my hair like the autumn winter time last year where I was just using that formula. Super simple, but I kind of think I want to go even a tiny bit darker today. So I've actually never done this formula before on my hair, so I'm a bit nervous because I don't know what's going to happen. So you're going to come along for the ride with me. I'm just going to go for it, and hopefully it turns out pretty. I mean, this video will be up and I will have a picture of what it looks like, and hopefully it's good. Again, I'm a hairstylist, a fully licensed professional hairstylist, and I have clients and I do hair. So this is why I can get the products that I do and why I color my hair myself. If you're gonna color your hair yourself, just proceed with caution. I always recommend going and seeing your hairstylist. But if you're gonna do it yourself, just be careful. I'm not saying it will 100% work for you, and I just want to give a full disclaimer because I want everyone to have clear expectations. This works for me on my hair, but everybody's hair is different. So I'm just gonna talk to you about what I do for me. All right, let's jump into it. Okay, so we are literally just gonna jump straight in. I've got my bowl ready and I've got my brush. And you guys know I'm a huge fan of 757. As I tell you all the time, this is the Igora Royal line, which is permanent hair color, which is what I use on my hair. And we are still going to use a majority of 757, but a little bit less because, as I said, we are going to go a bit darker today, but this is still going to be a base for us. Alrighty, there we go. So I'm going to open this. This is a fresh new 757. When I was back in California, I stocked up at my hair store because in the UK they don't sell 757 anymore, but generally if you mix 777 and 755, it creates a similar color. It's not identical, but from my experience, it's definitely similar when doing it on clients. So if you're in the UK and you can't get this shade, that's what I would definitely recommend talking to your hairstylist about. So I don't measure, and I said that in my last video, and I still got comments of people being like, how much did you use? What were your measurements? I don't measure, and I've never really been a hairstylist who measures. It's not really my thing, and I kind of just eyeball it. So I just did about that much of 757, and now the color that I'm introducing, which is darker and a bit different, is going to be 677 by Igora, again Schwarzkopf. So this is a dark copper. So the 7/7, so like, sorry, I'm talking in such hairstylist, but like 6/7/7, 8/7/7, and 7/7/7 are all colors by Schwarzkopf, and they're very vibrant and they're very copper. And so while I am gonna put this on my roots, I am gonna need something to make it a bit more neutral on my roots because you don't want hot roots. I don't know if you've ever seen redheads walking around and their roots just look too red to be natural. That's what we're trying to avoid because your scalp creates heat. So you want to, especially if your hair is darker, mine is so light naturally, so hot roots I can avoid pretty easily. You want to try and avoid it. So what I'm going to do is squeeze some of 6/7/7 in there, which will definitely make it darker. But I'm going to add a bit of 7/00 by Schwarzkopf, which is like a neutral color. And I have a little bit of leftover 6/0, which I'm going to use. Depending on your hair color, you should either use a 7 or 6. So I've been focusing on using like level 7 hair colors on myself. So adding 6 in is going to make it darker for my hair color. I'm like a natural level 7/8. So this will definitely be darker. So there we go. These two little bits over here are the more neutral shades, and then this is 6/7/7 and that's 7/5/7. And then I'm going to mix that with 10 Volume by Schwarzkopf, again, just their developer. So we're gonna use a 10 Volume this time. I'm not really trying to lift my hair too much, just deposit it. And I was using 20 Volume on my hair, which made it lighter and more of that bright copper, which is great, but I don't need that. And because my hair is so light, I can get away with literally just using a 10 Volume. Okay, so I just mix that with 10 Volume until it creates a consistency that looks like that. And it's always equal parts to your color as developer for Schwarzkopf. So basically about the same amount of color you use developer. I ended up with that much. I think that should be enough. We're gonna mix up our end formula just so that it's ready to go, so that I don't have to waste any time. Once my root is on, I can just pull through the ends. And again, we're gonna start with our 7/5/7, which again is still basically the base of this color, and I'm gonna squeeze that into a separate bowl. Woo-hoo. Again, I'm gonna mix a little bit more of this because this is going all over our head, and I wanna make sure I mix enough. It's kind of annoying to have to remix. I'm gonna take my 6/7/7 because we're kind of deepening up the color, and I'm gonna add that into, again, maybe not as much as 7/5/7, but still a good amount. Cute. Then we are going to mix that with 10 Volumes. I can show you. The white is the 7/5/7 and the orange is the 6/7/7. So still a lot, but not as much as 7/5/7. And I'm gonna mix that with 10 Volume, and then we will be ready to apply this. We got our bowls ready. I'm gonna set those to the side, and I'm gonna begin sectioning my hair. All right, hair clip secured. So if you've seen my other video, you kind of know how I section. I basically just take a top section of my head, ear up to the top of my head, because I color the back first and then I will color the front, which the front is always easier because I can see a bit more. And I will clip this front section out of the way and start with the back. Clip this up. Again, you can kind of see it's just this half section and the back is all there. And we just want to really cleanly part that and clip this out of the way, which always leaves us looking super cute and something like this. Oh my gosh, this clip is just like so big. Well, okay, this is what it's gonna be. Definitely make sure you wear a drape or an old t-shirt that you don't mind getting your hair all over. I just wear a drape because
hairstylist vibes, you know.
I'm also wearing clothes that are easy to take off for when I need to shower, so that's why I'm just wearing like a little tube top, and actually my husband's boxers on the bottom, so it'll be super easy to take off when I need to go and wash my hair. And we are ready to begin. This clip is like low-key hurting me. I might get a smaller clip. I'm just gonna use this smaller one just so you can actually see what I'm doing. And we're gonna put gloves on because hair color does stain, and it will stain your hands, so if you care about that, plus it's good to protect your skin. And we are just gonna begin coloring our hair. So I will be kind of looking off to the side just so I can see what the heck I'm doing in a mirror. So we're gonna start with our root color, and we will just begin applying to our regrowth and really saturating.
I know you told your friend you're not okay, and tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. Guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade.
Okay, so now we are going to go onto the front now that the back is as saturated as much as I can tell, and I am just going to begin doing a few back sections painted backwards, and then I will split my hair in half. So I'm just gonna montage that.
Yeah, I'm about to fade away, cause every time I wake up I feel like it's Monday. Something's going wrong with all the chemicals up in my brain. All of a sudden I don't look at anything the same way. Got a buildup of my thoughts sitting in an ashtray. I'm sorry that I'm so inconvenient, okay. Just let me, okay, maybe you could be the change I need today. I promise that I've never.
Okay, you guys, we are going to do our ends now, and I actually just added a little bit more, not even more, I didn't put this in the ends formula, but I added a little bit of 700 just because 677 is very vibrant, and I don't want my hair to be too vibrant, so I'm adding a little bit of 700 just to hopefully balance out the 677, and we're just going to begin applying this on our ends and painting it through, and I will montage that as well. I always start in the back and work my way towards the front, and check in with you guys in a second.
But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away, as you fade away, as you fade away.
Alright, you guys, my hair is fully saturated, and I can already slightly tell how it's going to be darker, and I'm so excited. This is going to sit on for 45 minutes. Hold on. And then I will shampoo it out. But what I'm going to do first is actually I'm just going to pin this up out of the way just loosely so that my hair isn't dangling everywhere. Just using this clip that I will wash off in the shower. I always color my eyebrows with my extra leftover hair color, and just full disclaimer, this is something that I'm choosing to do, and I've done it to my eyebrows many a times using my leftover hair color, but there are so many brow dyes out there that you also can use that I know are like safer for you as well, because you're obviously putting hair color close to your eyes, which isn't something that is good to do if you're not comfortable with doing it or you don't want to do it. So this is not me telling you and saying that this is the best way, but this is what I do, so I'm just being real about what I do, and you can make the best decision with what you feel comfortable doing. I know I'm not allergic to the color, and I've done it before, so I feel comfortable doing it, but again, just do what you're comfortable with. I am going to take, I think, the tiny bit of leftover color from the roots, just because it is a bit darker and not as vibrant, and I don't want my eyebrows to be too vibrant. You could take a Q-tip, you could take anything else smaller, but I just use literally this brush and this bowl because again, I'm super comfortable doing this and I don't want to get anything else dirty, so I'm just going to do it. You do what you're comfortable with, so I'm just going to paint it on. Okay, so that is just it on my brows. I had this old rag over here, and I'm going to wipe off a little bit of this hair color from my face and my neck because it does get everywhere. Oh my gosh. And I'm gonna let that sit for 45 minutes, and then I will come back after I shampoo and let you know what it looks like and show you. I think I might actually also tone my hair in the shower using Redken shades 06B Amber Glaze, and just mixing that with processing solution, and that is also equal parts, just to potentially even make it a little bit darker and a bit richer, because that color is super pretty. It won't do anything too crazy because I'm not going to leave it on for very long. I'll probably leave it only on in the shower for a couple minutes, and then you do that after you rinse your color. But I'm just going to let this sit, and I'll check in with you guys in a little bit. You guys, I have not washed my hair yet. It's still sitting, but I'm going to tell you that I am low-key terrified because it looks so dark. Like, I want it to be dark, but I'm a bit nervous. But I did want to show you. I ended up coloring some old hair extensions I have. These don't have clips on them. They're not Like they're literally just a weft of hair because they used to be sewn into my head, but I'm thinking of making them into a halo extension, a DIY one, which I'm gonna make a YouTube video on that, but I thought I would tell you what I've colored them with. I'm not exactly sure how it'll turn out because hair extensions color really differently, but I basically just used 757, 10 volume, and a little to 677. That's like all I did. So we shall see how that turns out, but that is just sitting there right now. Yeah, we'll see what happens with that, but I am gonna check in with you later, but like, oh, girl. You guys, here is my hair. It literally turned out exactly as I wanted. I'm gonna put the pictures on the screen again in my inspo, just so we can see if you're liking this sort of color. This color match is just insane. Look how shiny my hair is. My roots are darker, my ends are a bit lighter. I hope the color is coming across well on the camera because the sun is setting. It literally is exactly what I wanted. It's perfect for autumn, perfect for fall. A deep, rich auburn that isn't burgundy or maroon or purpley. It still has the undertone of copper, which is exactly what I want. I never like to be like a purpley redhead because that's when it is less natural. Not that I necessarily look like a natural redhead right now, but I am like, wow. We literally love, I feel like we need to put a clip in of what my hair looked like before. We're gonna put that in. And now my hair. And it definitely has made my eyes look bluer. And these are my brows, by the way. I put a little brow gel in them, but I just slightly tinted them. And that will fade as I wash my face and my eyebrow hairs shed. But this is the finished result. I was also gonna show you, these are like kind of still wet. These are my extensions. They definitely are darker than my hair. So I'm gonna wash them a few more times. That's really common. They smell so good. That's really common with hair extensions because they end up grabbing the color a bit stronger. So I'm just gonna wash them a few times, let them fade a little bit, but pretty close. It's a pretty good match. I know you might be like, it's not, but it is close. It just needs to fade a tiny bit. So I'm gonna wash it a couple more times. But yes, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and enjoyed coming along for a little hair transformation with me. I love making these videos for you guys. I'm really curious to see how this color fades. I'm definitely gonna bring some like color masks and some color conditioners to try out while I'm traveling because this is a darker shade and I want to keep that vibrant. So stay tuned for that as well as I test those out. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love you. Like and subscribe if you haven't, and join the hair family. If you have any questions, let me know down below and I will try and answer them. But again, I'm not a hairstylist working on your head, so I might not be able to give the best advice, but I will try to. And I love you guys, and I shall see you in my next video.